Next up, we have Asimov by 65 Days of Static from the No Man's Sky soundtrack. Once again, everybody, this is a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here is to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happening here musically. So, if you like the sound of that, make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, all that good stuff. Become a member, support this channel as much as you want, but not at your expense. Two disclaimers. Number one, this is my first time hearing this track, so I will be pausing a lot as I will be pointing things out as I hear them. And number two, this is recorded live on stream on a single take, so I might stumble upon my words. Whatever happens. Let me just make sure that, yes, this is... All right, let's do this. Asimov, let's go. Okay, so we start with what sounds to be between a synth and a guitar, giving us a very, very cool, like, riff. I mean, it's not really a riff, it's just a palm muted note being held, maybe an ostinato. So an ostinato, let's just start with the concept of ostinato, is just a musical idea that repeats over and over and over and over and over again. And in this case, we're having that. We introduce a drum beat. Let's see where it goes. All right, Petya, thank you for carrying it out. Have a good one. Let's see. Okay, good drum beat. We're having another synth on the left ear. Okay. Spent 7 hours repairing your crashed starship on an abandoned planet. Now you're finally getting drift. Oh, this is the track that you get on the initial liftoff. Because I played No Man's Sky. I played No Man's Sky on launch. I just didn't know that this was the new track for the liftoff. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so this is the initial liftoff track. So No Man's Sky, for those of you who don't know, game about space exploration. You're stranded in a planet. You need to repair your ship. You repair the ship. This is what plays when you finally finish repairing your ship and you're starting to leave atmosphere, that kind of stuff. It's a beautiful game. Of course, I haven't finished it, but it's a beautiful game. Let's see where it goes. Yes, Cosmo, you should. All right, so yes, we're having... So yeah, we are slowly adding more layers to this. We are slowly adding more and more layers as things seem to be ascending more and more and more. So let's see where this goes. The drum beat is really fun. Ooh. Okay, now we bring in... So we have several layers of synths going on right now. We have one holding chords high up above, holding like one or two notes maybe. I think it's just one note up above, held. Just a pedal tone. That's a pedal just holding one note. Then we're having the middle synth giving us a proper chord with a little bit of dissonance. There's a tiny bit of dissonance between the top and the middle. And then we are having the drums just going at it. I haven't heard a bass. Heard it was kind of not so good at launch. It had a lot. The problem isn't that it wasn't good, is that it didn't deliver what they promised. That was the biggest issue with No Man's Sky at launch. They didn't deliver what they promised. I loved No Man's Sky at launch, but it's because I liked what they provided. I enjoyed it. I found it absolutely fascinating. And then they spent the last 10 years fixing the game, and now it's an incredible experience. Like, you can play it with friends and everything. It's a really, really good game. And not once did they charge for a DLC. Every expansion has been free. So, yeah, no, it's a very... And they over-delivered. They very much over-delivered. So, yeah, they were going the other side. But, yeah, right now, the soundtrack, we're having these... It's very slow... It's very slow, and the drums are keeping everything really, really fast. So it's giving us this sense of flying through something static, kind of like flying through clouds. Let's see where this goes. Because the drums are giving a very fast pace. There's that keyboard, very beautiful chords. With some dissonance, yes. Let's see where this goes. Okay, we add a guitar doing some arpeggio. So a very quick arpeggio. Arpeggio is when you play a chord one note at a time. It's a little bit distorted. And we have some sort of percussion on the left ear as well, playing kind of at the top. Just keeping a very syncopated beat. So dissonance when you're squeezing the controls, but anxiety hearing the ramshackle repairs and components rattle around as you enter the atmosphere. Kind of, yeah. So yes, we are having a syncopated hit in the left ear. Syncopation means you play against the beat, right? So you can hear the drums playing, and this little, like, just thing, this wooden thing, is off that beat. Let me just see where this goes. And right now we're just adding layers on top of layers. Many games had similar trends recently. No Man's Sky is the prime example, though. Like, they are the example of how to turn around a game. Because unlike other games, they never charged. They never once charged for it, and it's been 10 years and they're still updating the game. So I would say they are the best example. Let me just continue here. There we go. We're adding a guitar melody, also on the left ear. Okay, so we have two guitars panned to the left ear. Panning. Let me go through the explanation of panning. Right. So panning is two ends. Panning is prioritizing one ear over the other in music. Catherine, I'll explain that in a moment. Welcome to the day. So when it comes to modern day or our current day, we use stereo for our standard in speakers. We have the left speaker, right speaker, because, you know, human beings, left ear, right ear, the overwhelming majority of us have them, and they work, both of them. So you have left ear, your right ear, then you have yourself over here, all happy, deformed, and bald, therefore evil. And when it comes to panning, it's the idea of prioritizing one ear over the other. How do you achieve this? So whenever you have a stereo track, that means there is a left track and a right track, and they both can have different combinations. So if you have 100% volume on both, the sound is going to sound like it's coming from the front. The audio is going to sound like it's coming from the front. The more you reduce the volume of one of the tracks, ears, the further to the other one it's going to sound. So if there's 0% on the left ear, it's going to sound like it's coming dead from the right. The other way around also happens. So right now what is happening with the guitars, 0% on both guitars in the right ear, 100% on the left ear. And they are very high up as well. So it's a very unusual setup. Very, very unusual setup for panning, which begs what is happening on the right, what is going to happen on the right ear, because now there is a void on the right ear, and I want that void addressed. So let's see what happens. Okay, in comes the chords again, filling up slightly on the right ear, but not entirely. Alright. Again, okay, repetition. And yeah, as you can hear, we are just adding layer on top of layer. And I think we're doing 2 repetitions, adding a new layer, 2 repetitions, adding a new layer, 2 repetitions, adding a new layer. This is likely to address the game in its different forms, because there are many ways that you can do this kind of music, and game engines you can program to play specific parts of the track at a given point. So instead of just having one moment where there's all the layers, it might be easier for the game to tell, okay, just loop between point A and point B. So in this case, the track having these types of things, instead of having to add each individual layer to the audio engine, we are having the audio engine being, okay, when these conditions are met, you play this part to this part and you loop that in the track when these other conditions are met, and that way you don't need to do each individual things. And yeah, the guitars, there's 2 guitars in the left ear, and that is fascinating. And that way you can get you can save a bunch of resources, because the processing power required to set up an if X then Y is a lot less than if X play Y from Z to A is very different than if X then play layers 1, 2, 3, except for not 5, in general. Like, it just takes a lot of a different sound. And yes, that sound did just come out of my face. So let's see where this goes. Okay, off the ramp we go. Off the ramp. Once again, colloquial term that I use. Colloquial is just that there is no academic term, or at least I'm not using it for the sake of making things easy to understand. So, we're going off the ramp. We are transitioning between parts, and we are having the listener feel suspended up in the air at the mercy of inertia. How did we do that? Remove the drums. The drums can have such an unbelievably profound impact on the track that it's ridiculous. Let's see where this goes. Let's see. Okay, so now we remove that one. We remove the... Now we have the guitars on both ears. This is very floaty, because this is the taking off with your freshly jerry-rigged, repaired spaceship. Off the atmosphere you go, kind of thing. So yeah, we removed that keyboard, and now we actually have guitars on both ears. There's actual guitars on both ears, and it's very much very slow, almost like zero gravity going off the ramp. So let's see. No roll. The dice roll is not a scam. The lesson is there to be learned. Do not gamble, even if you have the option to. With 8,000 bottles? I have no idea. I need to rework that. Okay, let's see. So, we are building, we're playing those chords. Okay, we are bringing it... Ooh! Okay, so we bring in the trombone, the tuba, giving us the boom. Civilization. We've encountered civilization, the grandiose station. Yeah, I can see that. And we are playing everything we had here. Like, everything we had from the going off the ramp moment is now being played in full force. It is now in full force. Yeah, this is really, really well. This is really good. And of course the drums having a different beat now. The drums now have a more march-esque beat rather than the rushing beat, like very emergency-esque beat. Now it's a lot more steady, it's a lot more reliable, and it's a lot more secure. So let's see where it goes. Okay, we repeat this, and now we're having those trombones. We add an extra layer to the drums. We're adding... And now the guitars that were not on, that used to be on the left ear, they're no longer there. Now we have them on the right ear, a lot clearer, kind of like as a long-term call and response. So the space that used to be occupied by the left ear guitars is no longer there, but it is still playing as if that had played and the one on the right ear is playing in response. That's a very, very interesting way of doing a call and response. Which, by the way, call and response is one, music does one thing, the other one replies immediately, a musical conversation. So in this case, we're having a conversation across two separate sections with these, which is a very fascinating concept, man. This is very fascinating. Let's see where it goes. We develop that motif further. There we go. With the guitar and everything. Very lovely melody. We add extra percussion to the right ear. So now we're adding more motion to the right ear. Again, we are letting everything, we're letting you soak in whatever you want. A couple of repeats, and then we add another layer. I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. We recently just did Purgatory by Korai. And my criticism was that some of the sections dragged on a little too long because they were missing a variation. This is what I'm talking about. These repetitions, even though we are repeating the same musical material, we are still adding stuff every time. We're still adding stuff every single time that we repeat, or at least every other repetition, we're adding something sometimes small, but also significant. It's significant enough that it does make it the music still feel fresh. So yeah, I broke my own rules here, but let's continue. Very glorious melody, too. Very glorious melody. Let's see where this goes. We turn everything down. After this, valid easy. Okay, so we turn down everything, remove the layers. Woo! So yes, we removed the grandiose instruments. We removed a bunch of the layers. We did kind of like a reverse going off the ramp because it was almost just the guitar, the drums left, and now we bring in the guitar, just giving us a riff. Riff, of course, being a rhythmic version of a motif in the guitar. It's a more contemporary term, and it's just. It hit really well. It hit really well. It's not really doing anything too different than what we've been hearing over the last minute and a half. But now, because we changed the instrumentation to be the guitar instead of the other instruments, it hits different. And this is why instrumentation and orchestration is super important. Because picking the right sounds makes a can make a massive difference, like this one. Let's see where this goes. Because even though there are less instruments playing, it's hitting just as hard as when the trombones, the synths, the several layers of guitars were playing. Now we basically just have the guitar at the forefront, and it still hits just as hard. So let's see. Okay, and we do it again. And we do it again. Look at that. There's our flying melody. So flying melody, another colloquial term that I use, we're having this really cool drum beat, the really cool riff, and up above we just got a guitar playing a slow melody flying above everything else. And this time, because the rhythm guitar is also playing at the same rhythm, it kind of gives you this whole synchronized feeling that it's just more than one. The melody is not done for today. No, it's not, Blow. We'll have one more from the live queue after this. So let's see. Oh, yes. Yeah, melodically, we're not doing anything different. It's just a change in instrumentation that has changed. And that's it, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is Asimov by 65 Days of Static, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, we're just adding layers. We're just adding layers for each repetition. Really good. Really good. How are you gonna end this, though? Yep, and we ended with just letting some of these hold out. We remove the drums, and we let those last notes just stay as long as they can. And then, of course, energy dissipates, and it's over. Man, what a trip that was. What a beautiful, glorious trip this was. There you go. That was Asimov by 65 Days of Static from the No Man's Sky soundtrack. That was awesome. That was awesome. Once again, everybody, this has been a Basterd's LFA, a layman-friendly analysis. I'm a professionally trained musician, a composer, and my objective here has been to explain things in a way so that you don't have to be one to understand what's happened here musically. So, if you're watching this in the video archive YouTube thing, thank you for watching. Make sure you're following the channel, subscribe to the channel, whatever term you want to use. Like the video, share the video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, become a member, support this channel as much as you want. Do not do it at your own expense. If you want to listen to this without me interrupting every 3 seconds, I will be linking it in the description. If you want to request songs, if you're on the live stream, you can start requesting songs. If you're not on the live stream, you need to go to the Discord, go to the LFA requests channel, follow the instructions on the pinned messages there, and we'll get to them eventually. And if you want to catch the streams when they happen live, links available down below to the Discord and the Twitch. We aim for Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Central European time. However, the schedule shown in your local time zone, full schedule in your local time zone, are on the Discord and the Twitch channels. And follow the gaming channel. We have a gaming channel where we put the VODs of our after show gaming whenever it happens. Games are Basterd. Same username, it's linked down below. Same username as James are Basterd, so up to J for a G, and you got it. And yeah, there you go. Asimov from No Man's Sky. That was awesome, dude. That was insane. But yeah.